All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Um, I want to hop on real quick just to go live to do a video just so I can save it to my YouTube page and send it out to you guys, whether you're a current member, whether you're a new member, or whether you're just an agent that's just using the protection plan service. Um, the purpose of this video, honestly, is kind of like a guide. I don't want to say it's like a situation of hand holding, but it is kind of like a guide to kind of tell you what you need to be doing and kind of as a reminder what you need to continuously do in order to get that improvement in your credit score. Um, One of the main things that we do is we teach financial literacy. So throughout this entire process, you're supposed to be learning about financial literacy and learning about credit repair. So you won't go continuously make the same mistakes, and so you can teach other people, like your family members, kids, things of that nature. But real quick, because I don't want to keep you guys long. So my goal is to be 10 minutes. If I go over 10 minutes, then hey, I hope you watch it. At the end of the day, first thing I'm gonna talk about is accountability. I need you to understand that your score will improve if you hold yourself accountable, period. Because it works. This is not something I'm trying to sell, endorse, or whatever to you. I know for a fact, what we do works. I have a lot of customers. I have over 60 clients, put it that way, 60 customers right now. And I know what we do works. So I'm here to tell you that you have to hold yourself accountable. I know most of you feel like, well, if I'm paying you, why I gotta be like whatever? I just want to kind of just pay somebody and go to sleep and magically let it happen. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. And the main reason, because one of the main things for you to get a increase in your score is going to be credit utilization. So if you got credit cards and they're almost maxed out, like how can you could pay me, but I can't snap my fingers and make your debt go down. You know what I mean? Like you have to pay your debt down. And that's part of you learning about, how credit repair works. As a part of you learning about financial literacy and how things work and how they affect your score. And within that, we got all these tools. And I have a feeling that a lot of people are not utilizing those tools. And that's the whole purpose of this. Like, I want to make sure you're utilizing the tools that we put in front of you so you can be able to get the increase that you need so you can stop paying for the services. I mean, that should be everybody's goal. Get my score up as fast as I can so I don't have to continue to pay for these services. That should be your number one goal. Now, for the people who don't mind paying for it and they just want to get their score up, I applaud you. But I know the majority of you guys want to hurry up and not have to pay the 89. So I need you to do what you're supposed to do. So I'm finna walk over what you're supposed to do. So if you're a new agent, pay attention. If you are a new customer, pay attention. If you are a current customer, pay attention. So this is basically just dealing with the protection plan, the in and out. And I'm going to give it to you real quick. So since I talked about the accountability part, I'm going to log into my account and I'm going to show you guys how everything is, how you start and and it's only 3 main steps, honestly, that you need to focus on. So let me go back here. Let me share my screen. I guess it would help if I share my screen, right? Okay. Here we go. All right, you guys. All right. So when you first log in and you hit the dashboard, we always tell everybody to sign up for credit restoration, sign up for identity monitoring, and sign up for credit monitoring. You may not use identity monitoring, but it's just good to have just in case something happens and you want to make sure that your identity is protected up to $1 million. But this credit restoration, when you sign up and you get everything going and you get the ball rocking and rolling, and it takes you to this score is like your report card. This will never change only because it's what you'll start out with when you first start the program. I'm going to go in and show you what my current score is, and you're going to see my current score being lower than that, but I'm going to show you why it's lower than that at this point. And then I'm going to show you how I don't have anything on my credit file. It's just all of my debt that I got because I'm almost maxing out my cards, being hard-headed. So real quick, I'm not going to go over this stuff, but I promise you, you could learn so much if you just click on the tab and read. Establishing credit education, understanding your dispute letters. Like, I promise you could learn so much if you just click on the tab and just look it over. I'm not giving you no homework. I'm not giving you no assignments. I'm just telling you, hold yourself accountable. Like, do you really want to get your stuff in order? And think about how better off you could be if you get your stuff in order and then go back and teach your mom, dad, cousin, sister, children, whatever. All right. Even if you don't do anything but read this bottom right here, this is almost everything that you need to know to even just keep your stuff up. Keep your accounts open. So that means don't go closing any accounts. Use your credit that you do have. So if you do have a credit card, use it. I'm going to show you the importance of having that utilization. Watch your percentages. Pay down any revolving balances. So that's like, don't get over a certain amount. They tell you, your scores will rise. You start hitting a negative impact past 50, but that's you'll start hitting a negative impact past 30%. So the goal is to keep this below 30. When you get above 50 and above 90, you're going to see massive decreasing in your scores. And some of you probably already seen that. So right here, if you see this little pie chart, this shows you how the credit score is calculated. 30%. That is a big chunk of the pie. You see it says amount used. That's basically your credit card utilization. So that's why we say, if you have credit cards, stay below 30. If you don't have credit cards, you need to open up a secured credit card. And for the people that don't know, a secured credit card is one that you pay to open up. So it doesn't hurt you on the inquiry. So it's basically like if you had a savings account, and say if you had $200 in savings, you would take out the $200 and you would go to your bank. So if I bank with Bank of America, I would go to Bank of America and I'll say, I want a secured credit card. They will say, okay, give me collateral for that. I'll give them $200. So then they'll open up a credit card in my name. It works just like a regular credit card. And I'll have a $200 balance. And if I'm not supposed to go with 30%, that's like what, $60, $75, I think, something like that. So I would just advise you, if you open up a credit card that's small, use it for gas, pay it off, use it for gas, pay it off. Once you open up that secured card, if you don't have a credit card, you'll get 20 or 30 points instantly for opening up that card. Instantly. So just imagine if you had let's start with a 550. If you had a 550, you open up a secured credit card, you'll jump up to a 580. After 3 months of paying that on time, you're going to get 20 to 25 points increase because of your payment history. You see that 35% is payment history. You see how big that chunk is? So if you pay that on time, you're probably going to get somewhere between, like I said, 20, 25, maybe even more point increase. So now we went to a 580. Now we're at what, 605? So for all the people that started with a 550, think about this. I just showed you how you can get a 605 if you started with like a 550 or whatever. You can get a 605 and you ain't even got no dispute letters back. You get what I'm saying? You see how important this is? So 60% is something that you can physically control, your utilization and your payment history. So if you had bad payment history or none at all, because you are young and don't have really established credit, that's fine. Open up a card, get these points, because the 30% is worth 165 points total. Just so you know how the pie is broken down, this 30% is worth 165 points, and then this 35% is like worth 192 points. So you can get some of your 165 back by just opening up a new one. And if you got the money, you can open up two, and you're gonna get double. And then when you start making payments on those, so when you swipe it for gas, and I always say, if you swipe it for $40 gas, just pay the $10 minimum for 4 months. That's 4 months of on-time payment history. Set up automatic payment. So with that plus that, you're looking at somewhere between 60, 70, 80, maybe close to 100 point increase, just like that with these two right here. So imagine how we never send off one dispute letter, and you see how you can affect your credit score less than 3 months. That's why I want you to understand how important it is that you hold yourself accountable. Okay. So let's go over the dispute letters process real quick. This is real important. So let me go. What is my second tab? I got these so I can keep tabs on what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So the dispute letter process, I put this under patience being patient is because you have to display patience with this. You have to be patient. This is not an overnight thing, real quick. So I just want to let you guys know that. With the dispute letters, when you send those dispute letters out, I'm going to show you. So see, me personally, I've only sent out one round of dispute letters. I've been in since February. That's bad. That's not holding myself accountable. And the reason why I haven't is because I only have one thing on it. This Department of Human Services, was like my child support, I think. And it's never been in collections or nothing like that. It's just a late payment. And I can't, I only done it one time. So I guess I need to send off some more letters so they can go ahead and try to get it off. But this just shows you that did nothing happen the first time. And I never looked at it again because I know that it doesn't really affect my score that much. That's just me being hard-headed. But I'm being honest with you. I have so many clients that wait 15 days before they mail their letters off. Why? And then I got clients that haven't gotten a response. And so they're just sitting around like, I'm just waiting on a response. What are you waiting on? So let me go over the process real quick. Okay. When you mail off your letters, you need to do that within the first 3 days after you get your dispute letters. You need to do that quickly. Do not waste time. You're paying $89 a month. Do not waste any time. So when you mail those letters off, you have 30 days for a gresponse. Because of COVID, they've been giving the people an extra 45 days, but you literally got 30 days. So what I would do is when you send them in the mail, I honestly would mark off 40 days, just being honest, because that's the time it takes to get there and the time it takes to mail them back to your house. So I would mark off 40 days. Put that on your calendar or in your cell phone. You have a cell phone. You have a smartphone. I know you do. Put it in your cell phone. Check. Make sure I got my dispute letters on this date. So by that date, you should have received 3 credit reports from the 3 credit report bureaus saying we have found this to be true or this to be false within your credit report. We either removed it or deleted it or we left it on. You should have you should have something to mail from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. They look like blank envelopes. I promise you. They look like blank. They be like, it looks just like this. Big old white blank envelope, nothing on it. Do not throw the mail away, please, guys. Some of you probably seen it, think it's junk mail, think it's bill collectors, and throw it away already. So if you haven't even received them in 40 days, you probably threw it away. If you haven't, I do know this. Equifax has been stalling. They have not been sending mailers out. So it doesn't mean they didn't update your file. They just haven't been sending the mailers out. So if you got them from the other 2 bureaus and you didn't get them from Equifax, do not wait for Equifax. I'm going to show you how you get your credit report after 40 days. So if you've gotten your 3 credit reports, then you are supposed to mail them back to UCES. When you mail them back to UCES, they're going to generate you some more letters that you're going to print off just like this. Unless you ask to get them in the mail, but 9 times out of 10, they're going to be right here. So, okay. And then you're going to see your disputes. First dispute, second dispute, third dispute. I haven't gotten them in disputes. They just acting like I have. All right. So look at here. Is your customer support. If you have any questions, you can call these people. Payment department, processing department. So this is the customer processing department. You mail this back to this address, or you can email it to this address. Now, if you get them in the mail, then you're just going to mail them back. And you're done. They're going to generate you some new letters and you're going to send them off again. You have to stick to this process because you'll be, I know, like I said, I told you, I got clients that wait 15 days before they send their first one off. You're already 2 months behind. You paid for the first month, the very first month when you started. So now I got people that's complaining like it's been 2 or 3 months. You haven't even mailed your letters off but once. That's not a me thing. So you have to hold yourself accountable within this process. And if you honestly know that you're not mailing them off as soon as you get them, then that's a problem because you want to get your credit fixed as soon as possible. So the email part, I'm going to show you what happens, how you can do the email part real quick. If you go, and I just pulled this up. So if you go to annualcreditreport.com, you can get your free credit report. Look at this, what they're doing because of the pandemic. They're allowing you to go on here weekly to get a free credit report. So if they're allowing you to do this weekly, then you can print this off monthly. You get it? When you request, you click on request your free reports. You have to put in your personal information for Equifax. They will verify that it's you, and then they will generate your report. When you print this off or save it, you have to say click next to get Experian. Same thing. They're going to ask you questions to make sure it's you. You print it or you save it. Same thing with TransUnion. They're going to ask you some qualifying questions. So you have to click next. You can't just fill out one and think that you're going to get all 3. You filling out one, you get one. Then you click next and you do that. And you click next, you do that. I want to show you how you can save your reports if you don't want to print them because your report may be 80 pages long and you're using your personal computer. You will get a PDF file just like this when you click print. You all know that, right? You will go here, click print, and you go to printer. So I could print them off to my HP over there in the corner. But if it's 80 pages, no, I'm not wasting my ink. Click the arrow, print to PDF. You see that? Print to PDF. All that does is save it. You click print and it'll save it. So then when it saves, now you have it like this. It probably got a name on it. Make sure you name it. You can save all 3 of them. And now you can do what? Email it to them. The reason why I showed you guys that is there should be no excuses. If you haven't received your hard copy saying, hey, Mr. Lee, we deleted 3 items. That's what this is for. This is like a new report. So when they delete stuff, they have to send you an updated credit report. Anytime they delete files, they send you up. Anytime you, dispute anything, they have to send you an updated report saying they either deleted it or they didn't delete it, either or. So you're waiting to get that back to send it back to UCES so they can send you a second round of dispute letters or a 3rd round or a 4th round or a 5th round, however far along you're in the process. If for whatever reason you didn't get that in 40 days, you need to do it yourself. And when I say that, I'm just saying because the credit bureaus are smart. So they just act like they sent it and then you're still waiting on to be able to dispute it. And now you're passing the time because they know if you're working with somebody, they know you're going to give up, especially if you're paying somebody monthly. So you go to annualcreditreport.com and you just print off your own copy. That's only in the event that they didn't send you a copy to your house. See, I'm trying to help you get out. I'm trying to figure out ways to help you get past these roadblocks that the devil gonna put into place. All right, so I'm gonna go off of that. Let me get off of that real quick. Okay, so with the dispute process, remember, mail your letters ASAP. Wait the 30 to 40 days. At the 40th day, no matter what, if you haven't received your 3 letters by the 40th day, you need to go print them off and send them yourself. You send them yourself anyway, but you need to print them off and take care of it yourself instead of waiting on the bureau to send them to you. Because I got a lot of people that's been waiting 60 days for the bureau to send them something. And I know they either probably threw it away or Equifax just didn't send it. That doesn't make any sense. If I'm paying for something monthly, I'm going to be on top of it. And I always remind you, if you have any questions, please inbox me, call me. All right, so I'm going to go over Credit Builder. I'm probably going to go over Credit Builder last real quick, but I'm almost done. I promise you guys. I know I said 10 minutes, but okay. It takes time. Part of the accountability piece is if you're not watching the whole entire video, that's a problem. If you don't have time to watch this, to watch how you help yourself, then that's a problem too. All right, so real quick, the only other thing that I told you I want you to pay attention to is the credit monitoring. See, a lot of you guys haven't even used none of these things over here, like the budgeting tool, the credit builder, or anything over here. You could always use the debt payoff and the budgeting tool because it'll teach you how to budget. Like, not being able to budget is the reason why we're in this situation in the first place. Like, you got to find out where you're wasting your money, and you got to figure out how can you pay your debt off faster. And these tools will help you. They're tools. They're tools that help you. It helps teach you financial literacy. So if you can't do nothing else, you can teach your kids. All right. So to the credit monitoring, I'm going to click on the credit monitoring, and it's going to take me here. I'm going to log in. I'm going to be real transparent so you can see my score. All right. This is my current score. All right. So, and it shows my future score, and it says if I take care of some things, I can get this. And I don't even pay attention to none of this. This is my score tracker. All right. You can either refresh your screen by hitting this, or you can go here and refresh your score by hitting this. Same thing. It's just the update. When you hit that, it'll come to this and it'll say, are you ready to update it? And you update it right now. All right. I want to show you that because a lot of people don't pay attention to what, like how can they get most of us want to know if we got an increase yet. So if you got some items deleted and you want to know if you got an increase and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you have to update it. It says I didn't update mine since a whole month ago, but there's nothing for me to really update. If you look right here, I have no negative items affecting me. I have no collections. I have nothing in public records like bankruptcies. All I have is inquiries. The main reason my score is the way it is and reason why it's not 800 is because I just got a lot of debt and I just got to pay a lot of debt off. And I've added a lot of debt lately. I've honestly added a lot of debt lately, like vacations and all kind of things I put on one card, and I'm charging my cards up. I got my real estate debt. I got my installment loans, which is I got still got student loans basically, but I'm not, as you can see, I'm not late on anything. I haven't missed any payments, none of that. But once I pay off my credit cards down, I'll be back over at 800 easily. And that's what I'm trying to help show you guys. When you're fixing your credit, it's not a delete these items off my credit and then I automatically get an 800 credit score. I don't have any items to delete off my credit. Look, I just have that one late payment that you saw with the child support. I don't have anything on here. And I still don't have 800 because my utilization is high, too high. So that's why I try to show you guys, it's not just zapping things off your credit. You have to fix it, what's on your credit file, of course. But then you also have to get enough. You have to get credit utilization. So you have to get established credit. So if you don't have credit cards, you got to get them. I know it's a necessary evil for all the people that I don't want them. And that's what got me into trouble. If you got in trouble with them, you should have learned your lesson, right? So you're going to have to open up the secure credit cards and get the swiping for gas. If you don't do nothing else, that's what you do it for. Lock it up in the safe if you needed to. So that's just quickly to show you that, getting everything off your credit file is not going to get you to 750. Getting everything off your credit file is going to get you probably up in the 700s. And then you have to establish credit to get past that. So, all right, so let's go. What else I want to talk to you about? Because I'm done. I just want to kind of go over just to kind of as a reminder of what's important and what's not important. So don't forget to refresh, press the refresh button so you can see what your current score is. If your score dropped, there's a reason why it dropped. You did something. You used some credit cards, or you did an inquiry somewhere, or you missed a payment. Your score doesn't drop just to be dropping. What else? Oh, so I want to show you Credit Builder. So Credit Builder, this is key. This is where all the forms and documents are located. So for all my people that really want to, so all my people that really want to help themselves for real and don't mind doing it, this is a library full of documents that you can use. I want to highlight the late payment removal request letter, only because a lot of you probably got some late payments during the pandemic. And this is a perfect time to, is it going to pull up? It's a perfect time because the pandemic was a perfect time to just say, you know what, I can send these letters out and probably get some stuff taken off. If you see this, the letter is already generated. All you got to do is add some stuff and throw your spin to it. So all you got to do is put your Bank of America account number right here. And I'm just giving that as an example. Whatever that account number is just showing up on your credit report, put it right here. So it says you reference to Bank of America account. Last year, due to some extreme financial hardship and medical problems, I became seriously behind on several bills. Okay, so this just shows you a generalization of what they said, and you could use this if you wanted to. But if not, you can just basically say, due to the pandemic, I lost my job, and I was just, hoping that, I got a new job and I'm back on my feet. And I haven't missed a payment since I've gotten this new job, especially if you miss, if you missed some payments like last May and that was it. You can say, I've only missed payments through May through June. And I got back on my feet and I found the way. And I just prayed, I just hoping, can you have some hardship and forgive me or whatever, or just whatever is at the bottom of this, whatever. I appreciate it if you blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But most people feel like I don't know what letter to generate. I don't know how to write a letter. Okay, you don't have to know how to write it. Just use this as a template. Add your flavor and take out what you want to take out and put in what you want to put in, or leave it as is. It doesn't really matter. And sign it and mail it off to your creditor. So you would mail this off to Bank of America because you missed payments on your Bank of America credit card, remember? So this is how you would get those missed payments. If you knock off missed payments on your account, that's 15 to 20 points. So remember, I told you we was like at 605. You knock off 15, 20 more points. Now you're sitting there like a 630, 640. You're in the realm of being able to get an unsecured credit card now. So now you had a secure card to start. Now you can apply for an unsecured card. And then all it's going to do is boost you up the same amount of points that I said it boost you up the first time. So now you're getting those 30, then add the other 20. So you get another 50. Now you're sitting at about 670. You cooking like grease. You can get approved for any home loan at 670. You can get any credit card at 670. Now you may have to tell a story on your application and say you're getting about $50,000 a year, but you'll get approved for a credit card. And at that point, you still got to be patient. You still got to use the credit card smartly and wisely. And then that's when you'll get into that 700 and you ease into the 700 realm. And past that is just going to depend upon your payment history and not missing any payments and keeping your utilization down. And that's how you're going to work yourself up to the 800. It takes time to get an 800. You can't get it overnight. The 800 comes after years of doing what you're supposed to be doing on time. You don't get 800 overnight by getting everything wiped off your credit report. It don't happen like that. You have to have credit to have a credit report. It makes sense, right? All right. So they got a lot of other stuff on here that it'll teach you certain things that you need to be taught. If you want to learn why does this count, that count, why does, like it says, maintaining good credit, that's just letting you know what is a check system, credit versus debit, just shows you the difference. Credit building tips just shows you tips about how to build your credit. So like if I didn't tell you anything, they can show you. Like it's stuff on here for you guys to utilize. If you're paying for it, use it. It's all free. If you're paying for it, use it. It's all free. What else? Okay, yeah. So that's it. So because I said I wasn't going to hold you, and I held you longer than what I want to hold you. So honestly, like I said before, you can contact me anytime. Y'all can DM me. I'm not going to put my number on here only because I did this live. So this is like I did this on YouTube live because I didn't want to do this on Facebook live because I don't have any, people don't know that I got this platform on YouTube, which is why I don't have any viewers. And I did it purposely so I can be able to send this as a YouTube link to you guys. So you should know my number. It's public anyway. I just don't want to put it on here. But if not, just DM me, message me on Facebook, whatever it's just Robert Lee. However you need to get in contact with me. If you have questions, please get in contact with me. Don't wait till the last minute. And then don't quit the services and you only sent one round of letters and you was like, it didn't do nothing for me. I only sent one round of letters. Like, be patient. Do what you're supposed to do. Help yourself. Like, I can't hold your hand through the process. I can't do the entire thing for you. I wish I could, but I can. We are taking care of the dispute process for you. So you don't have to worry about that. That's a headache. We're taking care of that for you. But you are going to have to build your credit up in the meantime. Because wiping away everything off of all the negatives off your credit file is not going to help you. It's not going to help you achieve the credit score that you need. So you have to, this is like a 3-step process. You, me, and them, put it that way. So once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Just give me a call. I'm trying to remember anything else that I said I want to go over. I went over the credit builder. I went over that. So yeah. So don't forget, mail your letters ASAP. Do not wait at the 40-day mark. If you haven't gotten your letters in the mail yet, then create your own, the annual credit report.com. And once you get them, you can email them or you can mail those in, and then they're going to send you some more dispute letters, and that's round 2. Excuse me. At 40 days, do it again. That's round 3. 40 days, do it again. That's round 4. I promise you, if you do that, and if you at least mail off at least 3 rounds and you're working the credit utilization, you're going to see a 150-point increase. Easy. You should. There's no reason why you shouldn't. As long as those utilizations are paid down now, you got to be under 30%. You have to be under 30%. If you got $1,000 card, you can't be over 300. If you got a $300 card, you can't be over 100. Like, you got to stay under 30%. So if you do those things, you'll get the increase. And just imagine, a lot of you guys' credit wasn't even bad. So like, even if your score was bad, it's like a 500 even, and you worked the program for 3 to 4 months and you sent off 3 rounds or 4 rounds and you got the increase and you took care of your credit utilization like you were supposed to. Imagine 150-point increase on a flat 500 score. That's 650. That's not bad. That's not poor. That's not good, but that's not poor credit. 650 is 50 points from being where you're supposed to be doing. And if you honestly got everything you got off your file and you still was around that 650, 670 range, but you didn't have no negative items on your file anymore, I would encourage you to stop the program, because at that point, then all it's going to take is for you to use your credit utilization and your payment history to get to that 700. And then you're going to be cooking like grease, and it ain't going to be nothing else to talk about. So work the program until you can get to a point where you can stop the program. But don't stop the program because you didn't work the program. All right, that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and send this out to everybody.